Absolutely. Okay, let's read this. I'm growing in the things of God, and my mentality has changed a lot. Recently, someone from my past has tried to come back on the scene. The relationship had ended in a bad way, and I said I forgave them to myself. Now they want to be in my life, but I feel that's the past, and I don't want to be bothered. They say I haven't forgiven them, but I feel I have. I just feel like I've grown past them. How do you know when you've grown past a person or when you're carrying a grudge? Well, you know when you see the person. You know, if you see the person and they still make you uneasy or you get mad when you see them, then there's obviously still something there. You know, but if you can see them and now let me say something that you can forgiveness, especially if something ended bad. Remember, forgiveness doesn't mean trust. You can forgive a person. I still don't trust you. You know, you done broken my house 8 times. I forgive you, but I ain't leaving you in my house by yourself. See, sometimes we think that, well, I don't trust them, that means I ain't forgiving them. That's not true. You know, so you know if you still holding a grudge, if you see them or the mention of that name get you all riled up and get you all, then you still are kind of holding something in there. You kind of know when yourself, you know, and then if you really free from something, and you don't let nobody put you in a situation, well, you haven't forgiven me. Well, what are you basing that on?
Right. You ain't got, don't get into it ever. You got to prove that
Right.
you over something. Like I got to prove, like I got to buy you something
Exactly.
now. I have to invite you to dinner. No, you ain't got to prove nothing. You know, the thing about it's over. I moved on.
Yeah.
You know, if I see you on the street, I say hi and I keep on walking.
Exactly.
I'm not your friend anymore. The friendship part is over.
Yeah.
It's just over. You know, I moved on, and I really don't have no ill feeling for you. You
Yeah.
got married, you got kids, good for you. That don't mean I want to come to the house to see the kids.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just fine.
Right.
I'm just fine. You know, we moved on.
Absolutely. So yeah. Okay. I have an adult child who is very disrespectful, comes home drunk and high, and does not care of their responsibilities or work. And I've been advised by leaders at my church to put her out, but my husband disagrees. What do I do? Because I'm getting to the point where I resent both of them. Please help. Well, with any of your children, it's not always easy, especially when they're adults, when they're like that. Now, based on what I'm reading here, it says very disrespectful. Now, I take words literally. It doesn't just say disrespectful, but very disrespectful. In other words, you kind of over the top now. You know, your little disrespect every now and then has now risen to another level that you're very disrespectful. Comes home drunk and high and does not care of their responsibilities or work, and I've been advised to put them out, but my husband disagreed. Now, if it's creating a problem, and based on this, obviously it is, and if you've talked to this adult child, now first of all, the parents need to come into agreement, first of all. Like I said, I'm not saying it's easy. You know, because I've seen a lot of parents, they had that fear in them. If they put their child out, what they gonna do? They ain't got nowhere to go, and the devil put it in your mind. They end up getting killed, dying, being homeless, and blah, blah, blah. I preached a message years ago called When Helping You. Y'all know it. When helping you is hurting me, it's time to let go. I think we still got them things. Them probably is on VHSs when I first preached it. But now, first of all, the parents have to get into agreement that you know this you, let alone you were disrespecting this house, you were disrespecting us as parents, and this you disrespecting the rules of the house. Listen, you're gonna have to get it together. We're not gonna have this because you disrupting this house, you messing us up. We not, especially when you're an adult. you're going to have to get it together. If not, I ain't saying it's easy. You may have a tear in one eye, but you packing that suitcase, you're going to have to, hey, come on now. It might be tears in both eyes. Now, which is it going to be? You or them? They stand there and mess up your marriage, mess up your house. I've seen parents get sick themselves because children just bringing chaos all in the family. Now, who do you choose? I choose me. I chose you while I was raising you. That's a message right there. I chose you when I was raising you. But you an adult now. And now you're going to throw that all out the window and become very disrespectful. I now choose me. And I'm not saying it's easy. Like I say, tears may be running down your eyes. And you don't want to do this. And you may have pleaded with them, don't stop doing this. But I can't have this. You know, I do because I'm getting to the point of where I resent both. See, now, this is where the problems come in now. Child, now you allowing problems to come between the marriage? When a person like, I'm resenting you because you ain't saying nothing? Something got to give here.
It's like you not protecting me. Now you let our child act this way and you not protecting me. Which means by you not saying that, you agree with what the child's doing. Yeah. And I'm not going to allow that. It's either me or the child. And like the pastor said, you might have a tear. I didn't have a tear. I just packed your clothes.
Yeah.
And then when you walked in the door, you didn't have to come in the house. It was already there. Because I refuse to let anybody rise up on me. You know, my boys try to rise up when my husband went at home. I didn't go through, cussing them out. No, I ain't got to do that. I just throw your stuff out. It ain't no big deal with me, and I have done it. I don't have no problem with it. It's like, you ain't that serious, buddy. Because the thing about I have done, see, the guilt of the parents that I ain't do a good job. Oh, I was a good parent. And I know I ain't have to have a certificate for you to tell me. I know I was. And think about this, when you decide, you know what, I'm at this level now, I don't need you no more. Since you say you don't need me, let me prove to you that you don't. Let me show you that you don't. If I ain't got to do all this, let me show you. See, I hate words. Words are so cheap. It's like, put your money where your mouth at. I tell people all the time, they say they're a musician. I say, okay, well, play something. Don't tell me you are something and you ain't doing nothing that you say you are. I would have anybody been tested by Pastor Laura? Amen. In the name of Jesus. Don't tell me you something. And the thing about it is, so in other words, like that pastor said, I'm not going to let my kids come between me and my husband. Because when you walk out the door, it's going to still just be me and him. And,
see, especially, and you're saying adult children, obviously, you're at a certain age yourself. And any of us who know when we get to a certain age, we kind of enter in that second half of our life. And trust me on this, and there's only a couple of y'all here of our age. Your perspective and your perception is so much different. A lot of stuff you jacked up on prior to that, you ain't taking that on in your second half. Because now you got to live. Like I say, I chose you from the womb to the cradle, to the training bike, to the school, to everything else. But now you're going to be very disrespectful, and bring this chaos. Some got to give.
The thing about it, you do love your child.
You do, absolutely.
You believe God that nothing's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
And your prayer is, Lord, keep them until they come to their right senses.
Exactly.
That's your prayer.
Till they come to themselves, like that prodigal son.
Like that prodigal son. You said, Lord, keep them. Keep them alive until they come to themselves and know the will of God in their life. Because, no parent wants to see their child walk out the door and act a fool and, you got all these fears going on. But your prayer is, Lord, keep them until they come to themselves. Yeah. And recognize that I was not here to hurt them or rob them or take something away from them. That I'm here to help them. And I'm not the victim. I'm not the enemy.
Right.
I tell my kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm here to help you. Yeah. But don't make me into your enemy. You can make me into your enemy.
That's kind of a joke. We ain't trying to make, But really, you have to really be careful on that. And then sometimes maybe a parent don't want to because of that fear. You can't have that at all, with a kid. They being disrespectful, this or that, and you've talked to them and that's no longer working. Listen, you're gonna have to do something because you can't do that here. And let me even throw this out, because sometimes you can have parents who taken that because maybe they were not the best parent. Don't let that guilt ride you either. See, I don't care who you are. No parent deserves disrespect from their child at no level. At no level. No child has an excuse to be disrespectful to their parent, even if their parent did not live up to par. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree. You can be mad and you distance yourself if you want to. But you never have a right, under no circumstance, to disrespect your parent. Never. Never. I don't care if they didn't take you to the ball game. You do not have a right to ever disrespect your parent. Never. So you keep that in mind. And I say with some parents, because I know that there are some parents who were not, considered a good parent, and, because they had their own issues and doing their own thing, and then they have this guilt. I know people like that. Parents with guilt let their kids get away with stuff because they feeling guilty because they were not there and they didn't do this and do that. No, you don't do that. See, because with a grown, I can tell you some real story. I don't want to get too deep in this, but I've seen stories in a fatal way because of stuff like this. Y'all know what fatal means? All right. So you got to straighten that out.
Amen.
All right. Any other Q&A? We got about 5 more minutes and we're gonna wrap it up. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Well, if not, I guess we'll wrap it up. This has been Better Life Lessons. And once again, those of you, if you desire prayer at this time, you can give us a call as the phone number appears across the screen. Or you can even write us by way of, you can email us. I believe the email is at the bottom of the screen also too. This is Dr. Stephen L. Pettis.
And I'm Pastor Laura Pettis.
We'll see you next time on Better Life Lessons. Come on, let's thank God.